Welcome. My name is Michael Chernowski, and I want to introduce you to a financial company that's changing the industry, Global Financial Impact. We're inspiring families to dream again. You know, everybody dreams of financial independence. Everybody dreams of being able to help their family, their friends, and their loved ones, and we're empowering families across America to do that. And our mission is to be the #1 inspirational marketing company in the world, right? So we can inspire people with our business, we can inspire them with our products, and we can inspire them to have a better life for their community and their friends and family. And we want to empower 100 million families to achieve financial independence. Now, you're probably saying, Michael, that sounds crazy, but with technology, with the best systems in place, with the leadership that we have, we're going to help create more millionaires than any other financial company in our industry. And we're also going to be the #1 largest financial leadership movement in the industry. Why? Because our model thrives by building leaders. We're looking for leaders in communities that want to share this message and empower the people that they know and love. And we have some incredible core values that we follow: strength of character, respect, transparency, loyalty, growth. In an industry where things can be very misunderstood or very translucent, we can bring transparency and clarity to families looking for their help. And we do that by creating a brotherhood and a sisterhood, leadership by example, and a lot of other incredible things, because once again, we're building and developing leaders in this industry, not followers, right? Not employees. We're looking for leaders. And on the technology side, wow, we are absolutely changing the industry with a company called Ethos. Now, I know you may not have heard of them, but you're going to see them all over the place now once we're done with our presentation. Now, they're a technology platform, and they allow our clients to get approved in 5 to 10 minutes or less. Unbelievable. They're backed by a company, Sequoia Capital. Now, Sequoia's backed Google, Apple, Facebook. You've heard of them, right? Well, they're one of the biggest venture capital firms in the world. And what they're doing is they're giving us the technology so we can go out there and help more families. Also representing some of the best in the Fortune 500 and industry leaders all across the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico, and beyond. And you may have recognized some of these names, right? Mutual of Omaha, Lincoln, Prudential. Well, guess what? We represent only A-rated carriers to our families. So instead of you going to one company to help you, right? We take you to all of these companies and we bring them to you so you can actually pick which one is the best for your family, because everybody's needs are different. So we have the strength of selection to be able to give you the best of the best. And you know what? In the traditional industry, people are talking about selling things, right? Well, guess what? Everybody wants to retire, right? But here's the problem. Most people have no idea the rules of the game. So before we even talk about anything else, we talk about the 3 rules of money. First one being the rule of 72. Now, this is credited to Albert Einstein. Very smart man, right? He said if you take a rate of return, divide it into 72, it'll tell you how many years it would take money to double. So getting only 1% at the bank means it would take 72 years to double your money. Now, we don't have that kind of time, right? We need to double faster. We want to be financially secure sooner. Well, what if you got 12%? Now your money's doubling every 6 years. So we want to move you from the left side to the right side to get higher returns on your money, right? And we teach people how to do that with the different providers and services that we have. Now, money grows in 3 ways: fixed, variable, and index. So imagine fixed and variable get together, boom, they have a baby that's indexed, right? Well, index means this: you can get the best of the ups, right? But you lock in those gains and keep it. You know, Warren Buffett, a very smart man, once said, I'm going to put all of my money in indexed strategies. Why? Because when the market goes up, you lock in those gains and you keep it. Now, the third strategy is taxes. Now, everybody loves taxes, right? Well, maybe not. Well, there's 3 ways you pay taxes, but most Americans are paying in the middle, tax later. Let me ask you a question. Are taxes going to go down in the future, stay the same, or go up? Of course they're going to go up with all this debt we're accumulating as a country, sending money overseas. So we want people to pay their taxes up front today on the seeds of the money instead of the harvest at the end. So we educate families with these simple concepts, and then we say, how can we apply these to your situation? Maybe we're looking at tax advantage wealth accumulation strategies, asset protection, college funds, maybe life insurance, debt management, living benefits. These benefits are changing the entire face of America. I'll tell you what, you have to ask the person who invited you about living benefits. They're absolutely incredible. Estate planning, IRAs and rolling over those old retirement plans, Roth IRAs, 401k plans, traditional IRAs, pensions, business owner strategies, and then also final expense. You know, some people say, you know what? I don't want to be a burden to my family. Can you help me with those final things that I'll need at the end of life? So we have a lot of incredible services that people can pick off the menu and we can apply them to their families. Now, you probably are saying at this point, Michael, that's a lot of stuff in a very short period of time. Please sit down with the person who invited you to learn a little bit more about how those rules of money can apply to you. And you know what? If there's a hole in your boat, why don't we fix it, right? Why don't we see if there's a fix? Why don't we go out there and learn about all of these things? Because most companies are only sharing a small portion of all of those strategies. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the fun part now because we are in a hyper growth mode. Why do I say that? Because we have a lot of people trying to retire. And if you look at this slide, the financial industry is bigger than all of real estate and all of retail combined times 2, right? That's a lot. So we can all agree that the financial industry is the largest industry and the highest paid industry in the world. Okay. Now, most Americans between 60 and 69 years old have only saved $182,000. Is that enough to retire? Probably not. 40% of marriages end in divorce. 60% of Americans will have some sort of chronic or critical illness that could bankrupt them. 63% of Americans are living check to check. Most Americans don't have a financial plan. And a lot of people out there are just feeling really uncertain about their future. Are they going to be able to make their money last for maybe 20 or 30 years? Here's a question you have to ask yourself. What if that's your family, right? What if that's the people you know and love? What if they are too tired to work and too old to be hired? We want to help people get that security and peace of mind now so they can have that money last the rest of their life. But we can agree the current way that we're doing things isn't working, so we're out there to make a change. And at the time we're making this change, we are in the largest change happening in our industry because of the baby boomers, right? 78 million people. And you've heard the phrase, timing is everything, right? Well, every single category they've been through in their entire life cycle has turned to gold because when you have 78 million people doing the same thing at the same time, you have an opportunity, right? So this is the largest wealth transfer in history and it's ending in 7 years. So let me ask you a question. If you were looking to get into a business that had 78 plus million people, most of which have never sat down with a professional, most of which have never sat down and looked at what the options are out there, and you could get a license in your state, work from home on Zoom and help them, would you be successful? The answer is yes and yes, right? Absolutely. So we have a hybrid model that takes that inspirational marketing, a franchise type model that allows you to have ownership, and then also similar to real estate, we have brokers who train agents, right? So right now we're expanding because we need more brokers, just like a real estate office all over the country to train more agents. So there's a lot of growth right now that's happening, and we have a movement looking to fill the needs in America today. Now we get paid 6 different ways. I remember in my last job, I think maybe 1 or 2, right? So we have personal income. Every time you help a family, you get compensated for that. We have agency income. You know, just like State Farm and Allstate, you drive down the road and you see these little insurance offices, people have their own agency, right? You can expand across North America. Guess what? Now the Caribbean, South America, and Canada. Wow, right? You can expand all over the globe. This is exciting, right? We're taking this worldwide. There's bonus income, reoccurring income, and renewal income, and then also stock options and equity that you can earn through performance, right? Don't you want to be in a position where you can take advantage of all 6 of these things? Absolutely. But imagine you have an associate who helps someone save $500 a month. So let's say the husband's saving a little bit of money, the wife's saving a little bit of money, and then they set up a little college plan for each of their kids, right? Just a little bit each. That's pretty reasonable. So we get paid on that annual amount that they're saving. So an associate licensed in our company makes $2,700. Wow. Imagine if you just helped one person a month, made an extra $2,700. That would be game changing. Well, we want you to advance as fast as possible. So as a senior associate, you make $3,000, marketing director, $3,600. But as an executive marketing director, now you're an agency owner, $5,100 every time you help one client. And that's just the beginning. So we also have an agency building model where you can build your own agency, 7 generations. And look at that. You know, they say if you want to get somewhere in life, find a mentor who can teach you how to get there. So we have a mentor that taught us how to get to 7 figures. And guess what? Now we're teaching others the formula how to get to 7 figures a year or beyond, right? You can turn your annual income into your monthly income. What if you could do that, right? You know, if you're thinking what I'm thinking right now, you might be thinking, listen, Michael, I don't know if I can do that. You know, I always thought that I could do it if somebody showed me. And we have some of the best leadership in coaching and development in the entire industry, teaching families how to go out there and change their future by owning a business. Most businesses can be tens of thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars just to get started before you even see a profit. You know, we wanted to take all of that financial burden off somebody starting with us, and we said, hey, what if for a couple $100 you can get licensed in your state? You can do that in a weekend. Where else in the world can you find a model where you're in the highest paid industry in the world, working with credible aid carriers, working with the best products and services out there, and we're helping people? That's amazing. You know, we have so many great things about us. Ownership, competitive builders compensation. We work with A-rated providers. We can travel the world. So far this year, I've been to Cabo, San Francisco, Puerto Rico, right? And we've just got started. We have a winning culture where we're helping and teaching people how to win. The system is proven, so you can follow the system to success. We have leadership leading by example. And you know, one of the most incredible things that I love is that we live by the 5 F's: faith, family, finance, fitness, fun. I wanted to be in a business that my family could be proud of, but I also wanted to be in a business working with people who had an alignment of values just like GFI. We do a lot of charitable work around the world, and we have that world-class technology that's cutting edge, which is going to bring us into the new era of the financial industry. So some people look at this opportunity, they say, Michael, you know what? I'm so happy with everything I'm doing. This isn't for me. And guess what? What I would challenge you to do is just sit down and look at these services for yourself. Once again, if there's a hole in your boat, would you allow us to fix it if we had a product or service that could upgrade your situation? Now, some people start with us and they already have a license and they can refer people. Or maybe they get a license in a weekend and they say, Michael, I know a lot of people. Maybe I just send them to you. You're the expert, right? Maybe there's a qualified trainer or person helping them. But having that license, just like real estate, allows you to get paid. So you can refer somebody and say, here's Michael, right? We go do the work, we go do the education, and we help that client. We take great care of them, and you get paid for that. We also have revenue sharing, right? A lot of companies like mortgage companies, real estate companies, tax preparers, they all want to share in the revenue because their clients already need our services. We also have people who start part-time. You know, I started part-time. They allowed me to start part-time when I got into this industry, and I was able to learn without taking a lot of risk. How awesome is that? I was able to keep my job, keep my benefits. I didn't have to take a huge risk, but when I figured out that this thing was really going to work, I was able to shift my focus to full-time and become an agency owner just like today. And we're looking to help many people transition out of their jobs. You know, after this COVID era, I know a lot of people want to work from home, control their time, earn more income, have more flexibility, take more vacations, spend more time with their family. And if that's like you, if you were looking for that, guess what? We've been able to create that here, not only for ourselves, but for our partners as well. So I want to encourage you to sit down with the person who invited you today. We have a lot of amazing things happening here, and we're looking for people who want to help us with this movement. And so let me ask you a question. What if your friends and family don't hear about this, right? What if the market crashes and people lose half of their retirement? We need to be out there proactively sharing the good news, and we built a business by referrals. So if you know anybody looking for these services, we love to be able to help them. That's the highest compliment we can receive. I look forward to meeting you. Please thank the person who invited you today so we can go out there and do some big things together. And I look forward to having you on board. Have a great day.